So there's those three Hermes cars, as you said.
Nicholas Armindo is the guy that won this championship 2 years ago, again in a big fight with Tandy. Tandy has switched Porsche teams and gone off to do the GT Open series, which is racing elsewhere this weekend.
So then the heat rises, and the heat has risen over the course of the afternoon.
Wow, look at the haze
of
that shot. Rast, obviously a man to watch, won the Porsche Super Cup in the past. Thought he'd be in the DTM this year.
We get the green from the marshal at the rear. All eyes on the lights then as we're ready to go racing. And Edwards tries to dive, but he has been hung out to dry and loses his first place off of the grid.
I think it's Estra is in the lead.
Edwards fights back now. This right at the start of
takes
this.
the lead.
He's back through. So 14 laps of the Hockenheim circuit for this, the Porsche Carrera Cup. With Edwards then, bit of dust being kicked up mid-grid there. Someone had just a couple of wheels onto the grass. But at the moment, everyone seems to be through and okay.
Rast challenging for second. It's René Rast in the second of the yellow Deutsche Post cars.
Now Rasty.
And we got one round.
Yes, we have.
Conrad Motorsport car. I think
yes, it looked like a Conrad Motorsport car.
There's a couple of them out there.
Oh!
Goodness me!
Oh, and that affected all three of those cars from the Hermes racing team, with one absolutely out there.
You get quite a bit of that in the Porsche Carrera Cup.
Look at this jostling going on further down the order, but this is. You know, the Porsche Carrera Cup is well known for providing lots of action and quite a bit of on-track incident as well, and we're seeing it early on in this, the first race across the weekend here at Hockenheim, as they fly into the stadium section of the circuit here at Hockenheim now. That, of course, will have, to a degree, played into the hands of the leading pack.
It's Edwards in the lead, though, from Rast and Armindo. Three of the big names of this championship right up there at the front.
Edwards, Rast, Armindo, the 1, 2, 3, and here a replay. And where did this go wrong? Oh, that was the Conrad Motorsport car going round.
Yeah, here's the Hermes attack. Oh, he just lost it on the brakes, didn't he? That car. This is the other incident.
And now we'll see where all those Hermes cars. Oh, well.
Oh, well, the teammates tagging.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
That was a tag and not what they wanted. Okay, so now we're in the position then with it's Edwards, Rast out front. Edwards will be, with the benefit of new tyres, be putting a bit of a cushion between him and Rast, or trying to. Already up to 1.7 seconds, I think. That's what the gap is.
I think one of the cars involved in that incident was 77 car of Philip Frommenweiler. Yeah.
Porsche Carrera Cup Rookie of the Year last year.
He's stranded out there, Frommenweiler.
So as they begin to settle down the very, very early stages of this Porsche Carrera Cup, it's Edwards from Rast, from Nicholas Armindo in third place. So Edwards crosses the line now with some 1.9 of an advantage over the second place driver, René Rast.
The two junior drivers, Porsche have long-run junior driver sections in this. They're running together. That's interesting. A young German and a young Dane.
So Edwards then.
Yeah, one of the people involved in that Hermes Attempto racing thing was Kurt Thiem, who's been a race winner in this series. He's the one, I think, that got spun around and got going again.
So then, as I was about to say, Edwards, with the benefit of having saved perhaps a brand new set of tyres, this is what's allowing him perhaps just to put a bit of a margin on the second place driver, René Rast, who is in second place. Nicholas Armindo, of course, will be trying to just keep on terms with them, as we see almost being hung out there on the grass was Ilya Earhart. Ilya Earhart, Seat Leon Super Copa champion in, I think it was in 2011. So as the rest of the cars come through, there indeed is Earhart that we were talking about in the red and white machine. Down there in 7th place at the moment, coming under some pressure from Jaap van Lagen. Now, Van Lagen was off of grid 6.
Yeah, well, he's a man with a lot of experience, very quick in Renaults in the past. There's a nice shot of a lock up there from...
Yeah, that's Kevin Estre locking up big time, isn't it?
Yeah.
So Edwards, Rast, and then Nicholas Armindo, the 1, 2, 3.
Now, I'm just thinking back to that incident. I think it was Estre was involved in it, wasn't he? That's how he dropped back, and I think Team as well.
Yes.
I think that's what it was.
Yes, because Tim is now down in
17th.
But there is our race leader. There is second place. There's third and fourth. So in fact, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And this battle going on for 7th between Jaap van Lagen and Kevin Estre in car 99. There's the gap between Jaap van Lagen and Kevin Estre, just under 2/10. So this is perhaps one of the more exciting battles that is happening out on track at the moment, and this is for 7th place. So replay of the start here, Andrew, and Sean Edwards had got it all to do, really, off of pole. He needed to make it count, and he didn't do it very well, if truth be told.
Well, I think he did it pretty well. I think the man alongside him did it just that bit better.
Yeah.
And, of course, you know, that second spot on the grid here, you know, is quite a good place to be because you're into the first corner on the inside.
Yes. So there the replay, and we see it from a camera further back.
One of the cars at the back getting away pretty slowly.
So Rast now beginning just a little bit to... just checking out the timing screen here, just to try and claw Edwards in a bit. The gap between first and second, 1.7 at the moment.
He's pulled in a little bit, hasn't he?
Yes, he has. This is the Porsche Carrera Cup, Germany Race 1. We're watching the replay of the opening lap here at Hockenheim. This the Race 1. And then Edwards.
That was the tag.
That was the tag, as you say, a teammate tag, and that did the damage, didn't it?
Attempt to race, attempt to punt the teammate off. A good attempt too.
Yes. Yeah, did that really rather well.
Yep. Well, it's rather wrecked the race, hasn't it, of those two?
Well, it has rather, and shaping up, even in the early stages, have been quite formidable there. So 450 brake horse. These cars, very, very powerful. And here they come then, the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all into our shot now. And coming through in 7th place there. And they're the...
yeah, they're teammates.
Yes, they are. The two cars, and Conrad Motorsport, Black and Molen was part of that setup for a while.
There's a 9 car, Kevin Estre, is involved in that punt.
And 8th place at the moment for Kevin Estre.
Yeah.
And there's an off for Kevin Estre. So,
so he's dropped more places. So
he has. He's not in 8th
young
now.
man who was the rookie. I think he was the rookie of the year in this series last year. Having a bit of a problem. The Frenchman. Kevin, is that a French name?
And there's
Backler.
Klaus Backler.
He's one of the newcomers. Another car going through the pits there.
So Klaus Bachler in there. The reason for why we know not.
Well, not at the moment.
There's Kevin Estra then. Perhaps not surprising that he's come in. There's another one in as well. So some frantic activity going on there.
René Rast. It's René Rast that's in. Sean Edwards has got. But what's been going on, Dave?
We've missed this.
Well, they were playing the restarts, and all this has happened.
We've
now
missed
we got.
this.
Yeah, something's happened out there, big time. I'm assuming, you know, an assumption is the father of all cock-ups, really. But
Yeah.
I'm assuming maybe Edwards and Rast have
Had it coming together.
Yeah.
Well, I was looking down that pit lane. I wasn't sure it was Rast, but perhaps you're absolutely right there. And Edwards is well. And
Well,
whilst we were,
extraordinary happenings here. There is Edwards with the puncture.
yes, absolutely. And whilst we were looking at all those shots of the replays that were going on, and also all the activity in the paddock, in the pits, then obviously something out there has happened that we're not aware of.
Yeah, I mean he's missed a whole section there, which I mean his race is done.
Now
it wasn't Rast.
It wasn't Rast. I didn't think it was.
No,
So
it was one of the two limit cars.
So Rast leads now because Edwards now.
And Enger's third.
I know, good, and well, Edwards has limped it back.
Yeah, but I mean,
His race is done and dusted now, sadly. But clearly, it wasn't presumably a clash between him and René Rast. But nonetheless, it'd be interesting to find out what did happen there.
There was 2 or 3 cars in the pits. I thought, what's going on here? No. On the curb there.
Yes. And was it just...
No, they punctured the tyre then.
Yeah.
There it goes.
That was inspired by the curbing, presumably.
Yeah, something, there's a sharp edge or something there.
Oh, and that's done it for Edwards. So Rast then it is that leads. And Sean Edwards, all his good work in terms of qualifying and putting it on pole. And indeed, saving a set of tyres has counted as naught, Andrew, in this race.
The body language shook his head, hands in the air. He's upset with that.
Now that, I think, is the car that we saw in. And that's the car of Klaus Bachler.
Right, yeah. I thought I saw on the windscreen RA, but it must have been BA.
Oh, maybe so.
I just saw the edge of the windscreen, so that was it.
Well, let's change the face of the front of this then. René Rast it is that leads. He's got a 2.7 advantage over our second place driver, which is Nicolas Armindo. Also in there is Kevin Estra. We saw him come into the pit lane a while ago.
Presumably that's an engine problem. They've got the rear deck up there. And just to put one thing right, I said these 2 young drivers supported by Porsche.
Yes.
There was quite a shootout for this.
Yes.
Because it's a big prize to get that.
There was a big number of drivers.
Yeah, it was about 6 or 8 of them. I know one of our Volkswagen Sirocco drivers was involved in that shootout, and so there was a Brit. I think Daniel Lloyd might have been involved, and it was certainly a number of drivers. And in fact, Bachler is not. I said he was German. He's not. He's Austrian. He's a 20-year-old Austrian. Big prizes for this championship, Dave, as well. The prize money is going to be €500,000 this year. Yeah, well, not for the winner, but overall.
Yeah, overall.
Yeah.
So there is Laser then in car number 10. We refocus our attention on the lead at the moment, which is with René Rast, and quite a comfortable lead it is, some 3.1 seconds over the second place driver, which is Nicolas Armindo, as Christensen
and he's the other junior there.
Okay.
And he's the young Danish boy.
That was Norbert Seidler we saw going through there.
Yeah, he obviously hasn't got a setup he likes.
No,
down there in ninth.
Said right at the start of the programme that we expected perhaps more from Seidler, and there's Nicky Tim, but Seidler just not having delivered at the moment. He's currently 9th on track. Rast still leading with a gap of some 3.1 over second place. Nicky Tim is down there in 10th place. Big lock up there.
One person we ought to look out for is the number 91 car. That's the lady driver, Christina Nielsen from Denmark, driving for Farnbacher Racing. She's just 20 years old.
She's done a bit of racing, hasn't she? Formula Masters and Class B Carrera Cup in the past. So Rast, Armindo, Enger, Amamula. Then it's Mull, then it's Van Lagen, who is in 6th place. 7th is Earhart with Seidler in 8th place. So Norbert Seidler in 8th. Nicky Tim then is in 9th place. Laser 10th. Christensen is 11th.
So René Rast, huge amount of experience in these Porsches. Absolutely one of the top drivers in this category late into this series. And René Rast had big hopes to be in the Audi DTM team this year. He thought he was very close to it. I think
and that's an offer for Enger. That was Philip Enger.
And Amon Muller goes through to 3rd then.
Yes, so that was a big mistake from Enger. Then that has allowed Amon Muller to get up into 3rd place. So we have just under 10 minutes remaining in this race for the Porsche Carrera Cup here at Hockenheim. And what you were saying then about the missing out on that DTM drive.
Yeah. I think he hadn't really got himself in a good position with a top Porsche team.
Right.
He obviously has now, but
yes,
it was all a bit last minute. Interestingly, this year, the Porsche Carrera Cup's changed a lot because it's 2 races this weekend now, 2 sprint races. Before we had one longer race at these race meetings. That was just...
that's where
just didn't get his braking point correct.
Yeah. And
there's plenty of runoff there.
Lost a place.
Just lost a podium place.
So there is our race leader, René Rast, now with some 4.7 of an advantage over that 2nd place driver, Armindo. And Amon Muller is now the 3rd place driver with Eng in 4th. Then it's in 5th place, it is...
Is that... who is in 5th? Number 5?
Jeroen Mull. Bless you.
Excuse me, Gesundheit, they say in Germany.
Yeah, Jeroen Mull from 5th row of the grid.
Mull's somebody has passed me by, I'm afraid. You got some details on
No, I haven't.
No.
Passed me by as well. Jeroen Mull then it is.
Last minute entry and doing a great job.
Yeah, doing a fantastic job out there.
Now, there's a sponsor on the side of that car. Dave, and I think you know all about him.
Yeah, Van Lagen was doing that. Yeah, Upanol, a plumbing and underfloor heating product manufacturer. There you can
from
see
Holland.
It, from on the side of the Jaap Van Lagen car.
Yep. Oh.
Now, Jaap Van Lagen then making it count against Elia Earhart, who made a right haulix of that just a couple of moments ago, to be honest with you. So.
But Rast running away with this now. Look, the gap 5 seconds, and there's 2 seconds to Amon Muller, and then Eng, and then quite a bit of a battle then behind that. And just seeing if Nicky Tim is making up any time.
So we're following Van Lagen then as he takes quite a bit of curve there.
See, Nicky Tim after that spin round is actually the fastest guy out on the track at the moment, 1:44.310, comparing to a little tad slower by Rast. And Armindo dropped a lot. That see the lap, the lead, I should say, has widened out to 5.8 seconds. So Rast is just romping away with this.
Yes, that really has played into Rast's hands as Earhart comes under some more pressure now.
Yeah, René Rast been around a long time. I first noted him in the Volkswagen Polo Cup alongside the DTM 5 or 6 years ago, and he won that championship if I remember correctly.
So that was Nicky Tim going past Elia Earhart there for 8th place. And here we can see the start of that move. Andrew just got the drive there, didn't he? And was able to position himself so that he was perfect into that turn.
And how much runoff did he take at the end of it? Nothing.
No.
He just got himself positioned perfectly.
Look at this gap that René Rast has built up, as you say, some 5.8 seconds when we last checked on the clock over Nicholas Armindo. Absolutely amazing.
Yeah. We were trying to get the lowdown on this last-minute deal for Ricky, for René Rast yesterday, but tried to talk to him, but he was right in the middle of a photo shoot trying to beautify himself up. Yes. He didn't get a word then, so we were trying to catch up with him afterwards, and then we televised the second race. We'll give you an update, but it was very much, it wasn't on the entry list.
No.
I think it was only organised on Wednesday, this deal. Oh.
So Mull there in car 41.
He was a bit surprised, wasn't he?
Yes.
And now he's all over the grass. Oh, no, he's in. He's got problems.
Yes.
Got a problem. Is that another puncture? So, reflecting back, Sean Edwards looks as if he's going to score another Porsche Carrera Cup win.
Yes. Thought that
on
was
the curb, where lots of people have been before. Must have been something just sharp sticking up there. And not the first time that he's lost a race with a puncture. I remember him losing an important one last year.
There is Bill Barazetti, the German driver in car 33, who's down there in 15th place at the moment with battling there with Christina Nielsen, is that?
Yeah, well, that's a colour scheme and a half,
well,
isn't it?
as you would expect, perhaps, but there's Mull then, as you say, with some terminal problem there. That's his race done and dusted. He's crossing his hands.
Now, have we got the list of who I don't think we've been given a list of who the amateurs are.
No.
We can only guess who the amateurs are. I'm just wondering. I just think 33, and Barazetti's probably the top amateur. Don't quite know. It's difficult to define amateurs in motor racing.
Yeah, but I'm just looking at what Barazetti has done, and he's done a lot. But Nielsen's all over the back of him there.
Oh, Barazetti pretty well pushed him off, but he was sticking his nose in a place it probably shouldn't have been put.
There is.
Yeah, I mean, the guy's got to turn in. He's got to turn in. He stuck himself there. Good racing. But
here's our race leader then, who's having a time of it out on his own now, isn't he?
They say in America he's checked out.
Yes, I think you're right.
Yes, checked out.
Checked out with, well, let me bring you the gap time now. It's absolutely amazing. 6.9 seconds, but nearly 7 seconds over our second place driver, Nicholas Armindo. I was just going back to what we were talking about Bill Barazetti. He's done quite a bit of racing. So I don't know.
We'll find out.
Rast, Armindo, Ammermuller, then it's Eng, then it's Van Lagen, Siedler, Tim and Earhart occupy the first 8 places in this, the first of the Porsche Carrera Cup races. Laser is 9th, Christensen 10th, then it's Pivoda in 11th place with Gamoth in 12th.
I've got to say, this Laser's just gunned it down the straight.
Yeah, you wanted to do that, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
Then Barazetti and Nielsen, we saw that battle going on there. Nielsen trying to get the nose past Barazetti, and then Nathan. And then more heroics from Jaap van Lagen, which didn't pay off.
Typical switch-over situation.
Philip Enger getting
good
the
racing.
measure of that. So, and that is a real ding-dong battle that's been going on for several laps now, isn't it, between Enger and Jaap van Lagen, and that is the battle for 4th and 5th place out on track. Enger has got the upper hand at the moment, but Jaap van Lagen, the Dutch driver, is keeping with him and keeping him sweet, as they say.
Yeah, good little tussle there as we go into the closing stages of this race here at the Hockenheim. We're on the DTM bill. It's been a busy old day.
It has been a busy old day, and it ain't over yet, is it?
We've had the DTM qualifying. We've had the first F3 Euro Series race with the new Dolares. And now we've got this new Porsche format with the 2 sprint races, which is providing us with plenty of good action.
Yes, and that was brilliant imagery, wasn't it, of that classic switchback, as you said. So Rast from Nicholas Armindo then. And we're on to the last lap. Confirmation from race control. This is the last lap. And, well, when we looked at the grid, the site of the podium is going to be different to that faced us when we started the race. What we thought it was going to be. We can never tell in motor racing, can you, quite where it's going to go?
No, we certainly feel for Sean Edwards. But, of course, we can come back tomorrow.
And indeed, has done the work for tomorrow already.
Yeah, I think he's on the pole, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
So Bachler then in car number 15, Klaus Bachler, who's down there in 17th place, having done some karting and all sorts of other things as well, including the ADAC Formula Masters and Formula Lista.
Formula Lista. Now Lista, they make toolkits.
Right.
And they sponsor a little single-seater Formula in Italy.
Okay.
And it's, I suppose it's sort of Italian Formula Ford in a way. Can't remember. I think they've probably got Abarth engines in them.
So anyway, heading towards the checkered flag, then comes our eventual race winner after a race that was perhaps not littered with incident, but had plenty going on during various parts of it. René Rast takes the win then with some huge 8.8 second advantage over second place Nicolas Armindo. Then it is in third place
Ammermuller.
Michael Ammermuller.
Yeah, in his first Carrera Cup race. It has been doing the Super Cup.
Jaap van Lagen fourth. Enger is fifth. Seidler, expected more from him, sixth. Nicky Tim seventh, and Earhart, after some heroics out there on track, provided us with some entertainment, comes home in eighth place. Good result for Christensen in ninth. Pavoda is in 10th as the checkered flag continues to wave. Laser takes 11th. I'll resist the temptation of a pun there. Gamouf at 12th. Colin in 13th place. Barazetti 14th. Nielsen in 15th place. And Nathan takes 16th. So doors open then to, they'll be hot in there. There's no question about that. And that the first of the two Porsche Carrera Cup races to come over the course of this weekend, as Andrew has said, on the DTM bill.
Yep. On this bright and sunny afternoon here in central Germany, the province of Baden-Württemberg. We're quite halfway between Frankfurt and Stuttgart. We're about an hour's drive south of Frankfurt.
And Rast once again taking that.
Yeah, but see how much dirt there is down on the inside there, off the racing line. So, last minute deal comes together and produces a win for René Rast. In the first practice session for this, René was well down the grid. It was obviously just getting the car sorted a little bit. Shows the calibre of the man that he can take a car. It probably wasn't that good. That's the team boss there.
Yes, you're absolutely right. It gives some, a driver with that pedigree. There are many arguments about, there are some drivers that can go out there and drive anything. And
a couple of years ago, Dave, they put him in the Volkswagen Sirocco Cup. They put him in one of the guest cars, and he just blitzed the whole thing. There was 2 races that day, and he won the pair of them against all the regulars. And that's hard to do. Of
course. Confirmation of the result then. René Rast takes the win. Armindo in second place and Ammermuller taking third. In fourth place, Jaap van Lagen. Then it was Enger in fifth. Seidler sixth. In seventh place, it was Nicky Tim. Eighth, then Earhart. Then in ninth place, Christensen, and Pavoda was 10th. So a good race from the first showing of the Porsche Carrera Cup over the weekend. Bit of instant action in there, and certainly not the finish that we expected.
Well, we're going to try and catch up with Sean in the paddock afterwards to find out what happened. I think he just got really unlucky, just on that curb, something sharp sticking out. A bit of stone, that's all it takes. And
he was driver.
Ammermuller and Armindo, so at least that team did get one podium result.
And then into focus then comes our victor, our race winner, René Rast. Then best lap time of 1:43.870.
Yep.
And taking the win by a huge margin in the end, some 8.8 seconds. So over what was relatively a short race distance.
Yeah, the door open, look.
Yeah.
Two youngsters we talked about, the Porsche Junior team. Have now got official sort of junior coach, Sascha Maassen, well-known Porsche racer in many different categories of cars. And seen him go well in LMP2 and lots of successes over the years, and Sascha's coaching those guys. There's René Rast, is lifted off his feet by happy team members.
Very happy with that result. There's Armindo then. And Ammermuller pulls in as well.
Yep. Sure, Ammermuller will be pleased with that, trying to effectively relaunch his career. Think of the effect it has on you when you've had all the backing of Red Bull, you've been in GP2, you've been brought through the ranks, and And Dr. Helmut Marko says
that's it.
No more. And it's happened to a lot of them.
And he did an F1 test for Red Bull as well, didn't he?
Yeah, he did,
yes, so, yes, you're right. Picking your career up after that.
There's René, look, I'm number 1. Tends to be a happy little chap, bounces around the paddock, talking to lots of people. Except not us.
No, he was too busy having his photo taken, wasn't he?
Well, it was all a set-up shot, wasn't it, for the sponsors? Normally, you know, you'll chat away for ages. But they have to do what the sponsors tell them. And Deutsche Post. It's a private company owned DHL as well. And I think they've even made a bid to try and buy the British Post Office, as far as I can gather. Pretty smart organisation.
I was going to say something, but I'm not going to.
Good.
Be in all sorts of trouble. So
yeah. Something to do with the price of stamps, probably.
No, not at all. No.
So, helmet's off.
And we'll be heading up to the podium in due course.
Yep.
So, yeah. With temperatures as they are, blooming hot work out there in a 450 brake horse car this afternoon. Door open as soon as he possibly could, and you can understand that. So congratulations all round. And
is he the amateur winner there? So we're new to this series, Dave. We'll be catching up on all this.
Okay, here's the Drivers' Championship then. René Rast leading with Armindo in second place. Amar Muller is third. Jaap van Lagen fourth. Philip Eng. Then it's Norbert Siedler, Nicky Tim, Ilya Earhart, Michael Christensen, and Thomas Pivoda occupying the top 10 positions in the championship. Hopefully we'll get some graphics with regards to this.
Yep. And they're walking up. There's Amar Muller driving for Walter Lechner Racing, also runs a racing school. Drove past his place the other day, just outside the Salzburgring racetrack. Been around his son Robert, quite a successful driver. Run a lot of Formula Ford cars in the past. Lechner Racing.
That's a name that's been around, isn't it?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So they're the pre-podium perambulations going on behind the scenes there as the expectant teams await to applaud their heroes.
And maybe get sprayed with a little bit of the bubbly.
Yeah.
Here he comes, René Rast. Get the guy on the podium shouting that out, no doubt. There he is.
There he is happy with that.
He will be. He will be.
And second and third take to the podium as well, and national anthem time.
Yeah.
So the podium ceremony gets underway. And there we can see the cars and the teams. The trophy's being prepared. So René Rast, first of all, holds his trophy aloft with some pride. You never know how the battle would have gone between him and Edwards, because Edwards out of the race with a puncture, much to his disappointment, I feel sure. So Armindo then in second place. And then taking the third place trophy, there's Amar Muller. So the 1, 2, 3 on the podium.
And quite rare for racing drivers. Michael Amar Muller wearing specs.
Yes.
Worn them for quite a long time. And it's strange. Been very, very few successful racing drivers who wear specs. Been a lot of very successful motorcycle racers.
Well,
explain that one away.
I can't.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's right. A spraying of the bubbly.
The Henkel Trocken.